What's up, guys? ActiveDaily. Let's talk a little bit about listening to your body today. So the reason this came about is I was working out this morning, did a nice warm up, spent a good amount of time stretching, and then I decided to do what the class was doing at our CrossFit place. And they did some overhead squats. We did a couple sets of 5, 2 sets of 4, and 3 sets of 3. Now, it had been a while since I overhead squatted. It's not been a while since I snatched, but it's been a while since I overhead squatted specifically. So I thought, hey, why not? You know, that'll be fun. And I had a number in mind, right? For one, if you're gonna approach something that you haven't done in a while, you want to have at least some sort of a game plan, right? And for me, I believe in being a little more conservative than aggressive, because in the long run, if we just make tiny gains little by little, even if those gains are technique related and not weight related, in other words, what's on the bar, that's the name of the game, right? Because in the big picture, if you get injured, that's the biggest thing that will slow your progress. Anyway, so I warm up a bunch, I do my sets of 5s, I do my sets of 4s, but after the second set of 4, my wrist, both of them actually, felt like they were on fire. And to be honest, I could have just waited a little bit, shook it out, maybe rolled out my forearms to see if that'll loosen up what's going on in the joint. But my wrist was telling my body, it might not be a good idea. So I just shut it down. You know, there were 3 numbers that I wanted to hit on those last 3 sets, and I didn't even do them. I just put all the weights away, stretched out a little bit more, and then I went home. So main point for today is listen to your body. So your body knows best. Now, don't get me wrong. I know all about when the ego is speaking versus my body, because I can't tell you how many times over the years that I wanted to lift a certain number, and even though my body had a little bit of a doubt, so I had a flashing thought of doubt, like maybe I shouldn't lift this way, and then I did and got hurt. The last time I can remember was around March 2015, I want to say. And honestly, it could have happened, it might have happened another time in the last 3 years. I don't want to act like I never ego lift, but this is the last time I remember being out for a while. So I was on vacation and I was working out at a regular gym, you know, like a 24-hour fitness type of gym. Actually, it was a 24-hour fitness. No, World Fitness, Anytime Fitness, one of those fitnesses. And you know, I decided to bench that day, right? Bench press. So because it's been a while since I had been in a regular gym and I was bench pressing in a new place, you know, I put on a couple of weights, and then you start seeing people look at you and you're like, oh, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. So then I hit another, you know, set of something that I thought was fairly heavy, and then, you know, you see more people looking. And at that time, my right shoulder was feeling a little bit of pressure, and I was like, that's okay, let me just do a couple more sets. On my next set, while ego lifting, I hit a set of 2 when I'm trying to hit a set of 3, and I have to rack the weight because something happened in my shoulder to where I was actually out of commission for a while. I had a hard time lifting up my arm across my body for, I don't know, a couple of months, something like that. So, you know, it's that type of lifting that'll get you injured. And the funny part is, if you break it all the way down, this not only applies in fitness and nutrition, but in my experience, it applies in my recovery and in my life. So is it my ego speaking to me when I get frustrated at the people I'm working with, and let's say something's not going my way? Or when I'm having a conversation with my best friend, is it my ego talking in my head when I'm just waiting for them to stop talking so I can start talking instead of actually actively listening? You know, your ego speaking to you versus, I've been kind of looking at it as like the better version of me, or like my spirit. I haven't quite put a name on it, to be honest with you, but it's kind of like the real you versus your ego talking. So, and the thing is, there's actually nothing wrong with having an ego. Egos are good, you know. It helps to drive you forward a little. But an unchecked ego that gets all over the place, well, that'll get you hurt. In the gym, it'll get you hurt physically. out here outside of the gym, that could hurt you emotionally, spiritually. It could hurt your relationships. It could hurt your recovery if you're an alcoholic addict like me in long-term recovery. So those are just a couple of thoughts on listening to ourselves versus listening to our body versus listening to our ego and our spirits. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Active Recovery Life. Take care, my friends, and of course, stay active. My ego talking or my good spirit talking when I don't want to pull over and ask for directions, or I don't want to pull over, stop, and maybe redo the GPS, take a look, ask around for some help? Or because I was lucky enough to be in Japan recently, was it my ego talking when I didn't want to ask somebody at the train station how to get to a certain place? Or was it my good spirit?